I saw a monster in New York. I walked in the streets of New York at 4 a.m., breathing that morning fresh air. There weren't too many people outside in this hour, so I was enjoying the walk. I came across an alleyway as I walked. When I was passing the alleyway, I looked and saw on the end of it near the fence in the dark two people holding each other's outstretched arms and somehow touching their heads together. That scene made me curious, so I stood there watching them. I felt a wave of anxiety, fear, and adrenaline wash over me as I watched them. They didn't move at all. My heart was beating fast, and I felt sweat start pour down on me. Then I saw the person on the right move their left leg towards me, then I saw the person on the left move their right leg towards me, then I saw the person on the right move their right leg towards me. Then I saw the person on the left move their left leg towards me. The entire time they didn't turn towards me, they just kept holding each other's hands and kept their head touching each other. My heart, I started feeling uneasy. They kept on walking towards me slowly but surely, and when they came into the light, I was shocked. When their heads came into contact with light, what I thought were two heads was actually one long head, and that head stared right at me. The head looked like a skeleton. And when the feet came into light, I saw that monster didn't wear any clothes. The monster's entire body was in the light. I saw that what I thought were hands was actually bones, and that the monster has 4 legs. I stood there watching, then suddenly the monster started running at me. The monster had an awkward and jotting and jerking run. The monster wasn't too quick. I turned to my left and I started running. When I was 30 feet away from the alley, I looked behind me and I saw that the monster had just come out of the alley. I ran even faster. I wanted to scream, but I could not because I was focused on saving myself. I ran for half an hour before I came across the building in which I resided. The monster was always 50 feet away from me. When I arrived at the staircase, I was breathing heavily. When I was about halfway up, I heard heavy stomps below. I ran even faster and I managed to reach my apartment. I quickly pulled my keys out and unlocked my apartment. I went inside my apartment, and when I closed the door, I locked the door. I then quickly walked over to all my windows and locked them, and I put curtains on my windows. I then sat on the floor, breathing heavily and listening to the outside sounds. After 5 minutes of me listening to heavy stomping, I heard a loud roar, and I heard the monster descending down. Then I heard outside of my building a loud roar. I got up and walked in front of my couch and I sat there resting. Does anyone know what that thing was? Has anyone seen anything similar in New York? Has anything similar happened in New York? I am scared. I saw a monster in New York. I walked in the streets of New York at 4 a.m., breathing that morning fresh air.